All right, we got a couple little technical difficulties we're trying to work out. Steve Scalise, House Majority Leader and great friend. But we're going to talk about the Save America Act. Now, here's the deal, folks. The Save America Act, it was the SAVE Act. And that was you had to have proof of citizenship, American citizenship, in order to vote. Okay, period. And that passed the House many times. We had Chip Roy on the show last night. He was one of the original co-sponsors. Now, that SAVE Act has morphed into the Save America Act, which includes proof of citizenship plus a photo ID, something that I personally favor very, very much. So this is going to have to go back, another vote in the House, and then hopefully it will be voted on. It'll come to the floor of the Senate. I think that this is an 80-20 issue. I don't know why Democrats, here they go again, almost to a person, they oppose a photo ID. At one point, Chuck Schumer called it Jim Crow, making it out to be some kind of racist idea. We've got to have photo IDs for airplanes. Somebody pointed out, I don't know who it was, it might have been Chip Roy last night, Congressman Roy, to get into government buildings, federal buildings, government buildings, you have to have a photo ID. I think, do we get him now? Do we have Mr. Scalise? Somebody whisper in my ear? Okay, there is the great Steve Scalise, my good friend, House Majority Leader.
Ready to go. All right, great.
I was just walking through, Steve. You're going to have a revote because this SAVE Act is now the Save America Act because we've added on to it a photo ID, which makes enormous sense to me. I don't know, again, why Democrats won't be in favor of this.
Right, Larry. Great to be with you. But look, I've worked closely with President Trump, with Chip Roy, a lot of other members that really care about this. Frankly, most Americans, look at the polling. In every demographic group, this polls over 70% because Americans recognize the sanctity of the vote is at risk. When you have either illegals voting because states don't check, a number of states deliberately don't want to check whether or not somebody's here legally when they register, and then they mandate in some states that they can't show picture ID. That's a recipe for voter fraud, Larry. We need to fix it. We need to ensure that everybody's vote is protected because one person, one vote only matters if you're having these kind of protections like the Save America Act.
I mean, we have to be sure these elections are not rigged. I mean, I vote in the state of Connecticut. It does not require a photo ID. The state of Connecticut, if I have a credit card or a debit card in the state of Connecticut, that's sufficient. It shouldn't be. That's crazy. But that's the way the state law is. Now, Democrats, they're saying it's racist to have a photo ID. Really? What's racist about that?
Yeah, and ask them why they required that at their own Democrat National Convention. Oh. Why is it when you want to get on an airplane, Larry? Nobody questions when you want to get on an airplane, you've got to show ID. Do they call that racist? Of course not. It's common sense. And by the way, Black Americans, Hispanic Americans, every group you look at, including Democrats, say that this makes sense. It's only Democrat politicians, especially in Washington, that are scared to death of this. What does that tell you, Larry? Is it that they are afraid that if you actually ensure that only people who are who they say they are can vote, what does that do to their business model as a party? Do they really need voter fraud in order for their politicians to get elected? I think this can expose a lot of things when you see this vote, Larry.
So now the deal is this will come back. You're going to re-vote this because you've got the photo ID. This will come back to the floor of the House.
Yes, it's going to come up next week. You know, you're going to see a lot next week. We got President Trump delivering a State of the Union. But before that, we're going to have a vote on the House floor on Chip Roy's Save America Act. And look, President Trump named it. I was in the Oval Office with him about a week and a half ago when we were putting a bunch of these bills together. And this one especially, he's passionate about because he's seen these problems. Look, in Louisiana, we sent our elections commissioner to jail years ago. And this guy served time. I don't need to tell you what party he was. But, you know, we've cleaned up our mess in our state. Florida cleaned up their mess. A lot of states have, but some haven't. You have widespread voter fraud. This cleans it up.
Majority Leader Steve Scalise.